Hello everyone. Let me start with these three quick things. First off, happy 2021 here. Second, the gameplay you're going to see is Red Dead 2. It will not directly relate to this video. There will be a point where I'll mention it, kinda. And number 3, happy 5K subscribers to myself, I guess. Thank you everyone over the past year for watching so much. I'll pull up the statistics now about how big of a year 2020 was for me compared to last year, and hopefully we can see some of those gains once again. So in the year 2020, 1.3 million views. Awesome stuff, guys and girls. 156,000 hours, not watch minutes, hours. So whatever you multiply that out to, pretty dang big, pretty awesome. And we got 3.4K subscribers. Pretty cool stuff. I can't even compare that to 2019. Wow, okay. But I know when I checked it out before 2020 hit, we literally, I think, tripled the views. I think my original views were only like 400,000 in 2019. Tripled. My watch time was around 50,000, I think. Now the subscribers only doubled. I think I went from 1.6 to 3.4, but hey, that's still really awesome. Super happy with the progress. Super happy with the community we have here as well. Now let's get into the direction of the channel. What's going to happen this year? First off, the obvious. Darkest Dungeon 2 should be coming out this year, and probably within the first third. That will take huge priority, and I will probably mainline that for most of the year. However, that does not mean I will not be dabbling in other games. So I'm just going to say that right now. Most likely it'll be a playthrough, and then I'll work on tips videos and a second playthrough. You can probably expect that in the first couple of months. And the style of the videos, I probably won't do super long, like hour 30-minute sessions. I'll probably play for an hour 30, record for an hour 30, then cut it down to 30 minutes. For the first couple, I probably will leave it up for about a solid hour videos, just because everything will be so dang new. But maybe by episode 5 to 10, once we've seen the lower level fights and stuff, I will generically start cutting out things that don't matter as much. What are we doing with Cold Van Brace? Cold Van Brace, I know it appears a lot of you aren't exactly a huge fan, but I am going to finish it, however long that takes. I would prefer to finish that before Darkest Dungeon 2 comes out, so I'm probably going to start mainlining that here very soon. And finally, to a part where maybe it's uncomfortable, I'm going to talk about my Patreon and the idea of monetizing. But let me first talk about the idea of Patreon before I get to monetization. I'm going to ask the community a poll here soon, so whether you hear it here or see it in a poll, and if you do see it here, please go vote in the poll. If you were to give money to someone for a Patreon, or I think I've subscribed Star as well, I want to know what product would be most valuable to you. I don't want to just, please support me to support me. If you're going to pay X money a month, I want to make sure you get something additional to the channel rather than just a feel-good $5 a month. So my thoughts were I could make like a 2-page media letter once a month. What that would be is just like possible direction of channel, maybe upcoming games, what I think of certain games, what I think of the video game industry, maybe my favorite game. You know, it would just be like a generic video game, and we could have a discussion within the Patreon. Only you would know, so it could feel exclusive to you. My other thoughts were maybe like a 24-hour help service. Like if you pose a question in there, I will do my best within 24 hours to get back to you and have a private conversation about that. Though I don't think that's as useful since I try to do that on YouTube already. The third option was a like early video release, like for my big videos. I'd put it up on Patreon, and then you could see that a week before other people do. And then the fourth one, I had a fourth one, just forgetting it right now, but I'm gonna try to post 4 or 5 ideas in the YouTube poll. I want to see which one people theoretically, if you paid money. I know not everyone who absolutely votes will pay money, but if you had to watch my channel and pay money, what would you want? So I'll put out a couple of those ideas and then quickly talk about monetization. I'm nervous to do it because YouTube can give strikes for really random things, and I don't want to stress about money per se or have my channel get hurt because I decided to monetize and then YouTube decides whatever I did in the past. It's now technically against monetization practices, so I will look into it. But I'm also nervous they're going to shove about like 5 ads in each video. I'm going to go back manually. My biggest concern is that it'll take up a lot of my time, and it'll take up a lot of your time, and it'll decrease my channel's purpose, I guess I want to say. And I don't want that to happen. I spent the last 2.5 years almost 3 years here soon, building up this channel to make it what it is today. I know it's only 5K subscribers, but it's honestly taken 2.5 years of my life, and I don't want to throw it away because I'm trying to make a little bit of bucks on monetization, and YouTube decides, you know what, nah, we're not going to do this. So I don't want to do that if it's going to ruin everything, if it's going to ruin my experience, your experience, and I'm not going to get enough cash to justify the pain. I definitely don't want to monetize. I would way rather do Subscribe Star or Patreon and just get that little trickle in that way. And if you've made it this far, you are probably one of those normal subscribers who watch almost to the end, so thank you so much. Regarding this channel, I kind of hint at the beginning, Darkest Dungeon 2 will be a main hotspot. I've been excited for like a full year now myself. But I will start to branch out to other games. I got essentially, I'll say, hooked under Darkest Dungeon because it seemed what the community really responded to. And honestly, the more I played it, the more I realized, wow, there's a lot of levels in depth to this game I didn't maybe originally pick up on in my personal playthrough. But I would eventually love to just not just do Let's Plays, but I would like to branch out to such as more multiplayer games, maybe in-depth single-player games. Like I will be buying Cyberpunk probably April or May, and I wouldn't mind putting up a Cyberpunk gameplay. Like I said, Red Dead, online multiplayer, other maybe roguelike games. So we'll have to see where that goes. So if you start seeing more of those games, that's why I would eventually like to branch out a little bit. But I still also want this channel to be a helping guide video channel. That may change one day. I may one day change into a pure Let's Play entertainment. Wasn't my original thought, but things do change, and you can't be stiff or not willing to change in this world. Just a personal belief of mine. So I may eventually transition away from guides and tip videos into pure Let's Plays. That's what's probably been about the past 2 to 3 months. But to be honest, I did almost every guide video probably useful and possible for Darkest Dungeon. So that's probably why you haven't seen many guide videos. I need to look into it. I actually have the Europa 4 guide video currently sitting in my folder that needs to get uploaded. So I might do a couple Europa. I don't think I'm going to do any huge ones for Cold Embrace. I might do just a generic one to help people get started so they're not completely lost. But I don't think I'm going to make like boss guides and all that stuff. I think it sounds mean, but I believe most of the bosses in Cold Embrace are fairly straightforward enough. You probably don't need a separate like 3-minute guide for it. So if you get down the general gameplay ideas, at least right now, you're probably okay. So thank you everyone for following me through 2020 into 2021 here. We're hoping for a great 2021. Thank you.